infuriates me because I would hope that if my dog ran away, the person who adopted it would have a heart and hear my story and give it back to me, especially this dog in particular. So back in March, this woman lost her 14-year-old dog on the day of her mother's funeral. She had family over at her house. It was a little chaotic, so somebody had left the door open, and the dog, Mr. Tips, got outside, ran away, all right? And Mr. Tips wasn't just an average dog. This was a registered service dog that helped its owner with medical issues, okay? Very special dog here. And the owner searched for the dog, made missing dog posters, and finally found this dog at a Dearborn animal shelter. But when she contacted the shelter, they told her the dog had already been adopted by somebody else, and there's nothing she could do. And she basically begged. She showed them, hey, you know what? I've got documentation to prove that this is a service animal. He's registered as a service animal. And she begged that the shelter contact the new family and ask if they would give this dog back. But it sounds like the shelter didn't do that right away until police got involved. And then they said that the family doesn't want to return the dog.
That's just so bad.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I got to imagine that this family now, because this story was, like you said, it was on the news, it's getting more publicity. I get you fell in love with this dog at the shelter, but like if you know it really does have an owner that it was giving medical, help to, wouldn't you?
I'm telling you, I was watching Channel 4. Help Me Hank. Hank Winchester was there. He was like arguing with the Dearborn Animal Shelter lady.
Yes.
Because they were trying to not let anybody know, and he was right from what I understand. They didn't become cooperative until the police got involved after that. Help Me Hank was on the story,
Yeah. And I don't know all the laws in Michigan with dogs that run away. The dog was not microchipped. It was not wearing its name tag at the time. They believe that it fell off while this dog was, surviving in the wild. So I don't know what the Michigan rules are when it comes to stray dogs. I know they have to stay in a shelter for so many days before they can be adopted out. The shelter's following all the rules.
Yes.
I don't know.
From what I understand, legally, Heather, the animal shelter is okay. But it's just ethically and morally.
Yes.
It's bad.
And the unique thing too is dog people, right? They understand the bond. They understand that, especially if Mr. Tips is 14 years old.
And the woman had owned Mr. Tips for 10 years. So I hope that this family has a heart and just says, you know what? Let's give Mr. Tips back, and we'll look at a young buck, a little dog, and raise it for a while. Anyway, moving on from there, a Massachusetts high school science teacher has been placed on leave after giving his students just this inappropriate, cringeworthy sex survey that asked them about their turn-ons and where they'd like to hook up.
Wait, say that one more
A teacher.
Yes. So the teacher, Eric Jackson, pulled this questionnaire, he says, from a sex educator's website, and he gave it to his 11th grade anatomy class. And here's some examples of what these kids were asked on this survey. For instance, the students had to rate on a scale how much they identify with statements like, having sex in a different setting than usual is a real turn-on for me.
That's assuming they're having regular sex.
Yes. And then often, just how somebody smells can be a turn-on. And questions like that to these juniors in high school. It's absolutely disgusting all around. As you can imagine, students and parents were appalled. The superintendent of the school district said in a statement that the district is looking into the controversial lesson. And like I said, the teacher was placed on administrative leave. Yeah, it's just not.
Yes. I'd be pissed if I was.
I'd be grossed out if I was a student. My teacher's asking me those questions. Nasty. All right, finally, a 53-year-old guy in Iowa is in police custody and has been charged with arson after he allegedly set his neighbor's house on fire because they didn't mow his lawn.
What?
Yeah, this sounds like the worst type of neighbor ever. This man talked to his neighbors on Saturday and asked them to mow his lawn. And when they hadn't done it by the next day, on Sunday, he completely freaked out. He went to their house to see why they were taking so long. Apparently, he stormed off and stole the registration sticker off of their car for some reason. And then he decided to go grab a bunch of sticks and plywood. He dumped it next to the corner of their house, set the place on fire. And luckily, firefighters were able to put it out. Nobody was hurt, but he caused just thousands of dollars in damage to this home. And he's been charged with first-degree arson and second-degree criminal mischief.
They need to take a mental test device.
Yes, he does, for sure. Anger management.
Just for actually asking his neighbor to mow his own lawn. Right.
I don't know if they had some sort of, maybe they had a fire agreement. Yeah,
Still,
but
I don't think that requires retribution in terms of burning down the house.
no.
Killing music. 97.
Yes, I was going to say singing Johnny.
Burning down the house. Yo. All right. 97.
Hey, if you're dealing with old sports injuries, arthritis, or joint pain, if you've been told you need a new hip or a new knee, pay attention because I'm going to tell you about Straith Orthopedics. Dr. Brand and Dr. Fleischman at Straith Orthopedics are Michigan's top hip and knee robotic joint replacement surgeons. Why would you want to use a robot? The surgeon can plan your entire procedure in advance. The incisions are more precise. It's less invasive, less chance of human error, less tissue, muscle, and ligaments removed. Therefore, you have a much quicker recovery time, like almost walking right after hip replacement. If you'd like to meet the doctors, they are having free virtual events coming up where you can get a chance to meet the docs and learn more about the treatments that they offer. Call 855 Straight to register or in their events page at straight.org. Straight now has an orthopedic walk-in clinic and offers same-day appointments, and walk-ins are extremely welcome at their Southfield location Monday through Friday, 8 to 3. If you're in pain or suffered an injury, give Straight Orthopedics a call at 855-STRAIGHT. That's 855-STRAIGHT, or online at straight.org. Straight Orthopedics is committed to you.
Brought to you by Capital One Shopping. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Capital One Shopping. What's in your wallet? Savings and available coupons vary.
It's happening. DTE is building a stronger grid. Right here, right now. A smarter grid that's more resilient, for better reliability, one that delivers more clean, affordable energy. It's happening. From Dearborn to Detroit, Port Huron to Monroe, and everywhere in between. It's all happening. Right where you are. Right now. DTE. There is nothing more beautiful than a tree. Unless, of course, it's fallen on your power lines. Fallen trees are responsible for nearly 70% of the time DTE customers are without power. So DTE is stepping up efforts to trim overgrown trees to keep you safe and the electric grid reliable. And it works. When we've completed tree trimming, customers have had 60% fewer outages. Learn more at dteenergy.com/treecare. DTE.
Lucky Draw is back at MGM Grand Detroit, so get ready to get lucky playing all your favorite slots with your M Life Rewards card May 1st through 27th. Don't miss our lucky draws every 30 minutes from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Thursday in May, and you can win up to $10,000 in cash. Activate your entries each drawing day to qualify. All entries carry over into the next drawing. It's the Lucky Draw, exclusively at MGM Grand Detroit. Visit the M Life Rewards desk for all the details. Must be 21 or older and present to win grand times ahead.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/hire. That's ZipRecruiter.com/hire. ZipRecruiter.com/hire.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Papara of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call
hits him home. No, well, way to segue from one to the other. But did you see the story about Jalen Smith and the Cowboys?
About his number?
Yeah, and the reaction from Cowboy fans is
I didn't see the reaction.
well, I read a story saying that people, Cowboy fans are very upset. Jalen Smith switching his number from 54 to 9. 9's the number he wore in high school and Notre Dame as well.
Yeah.
But under NFL rules, if you switch jerseys, you have to buy out all the old inventory of your old jersey. So basically, he's going to be paying close to $500,000 just to wear number 9 instead of number 54. And I'm not saying like he can afford it, that's fine. I don't know what's worse, doing that or Cowboy fans being pissed somebody's going to wear Tony Romo's jersey again. Because the Cowboys don't really retire jerseys; they just won't give it. Like Aikman's 8, Emmitt Smith's 22. They're not officially retired, but nobody's worn them since. And Romo has been in that same status. And with all due respect to Tony Romo, he's not in the same status as the playoff record speaks for itself.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the blowback was because it was Tony Romo's jersey. I just thought it was a whole bunch of people that own 54s that don't want to go out and buy a number 9.
That's true too.
I mean, because that's part of it.
Yeah.
Is hey, I'm going to go out and get another jersey. But to spend $500,000
He said did 6 figures.
just to switch your number.
Well,
But here's the catch. Like, if he notifies the NFL now, after this football season, he could do it without having to pay the $500,000. Yes. So he's doing it simply so he can have it this year. Now, I know every year matters in the NFL because careers can end at any moment and they're so short. But I don't know who's doing the cost plus analysis of this decision.
You're so affiliated with 7-7, but you didn't wear it.
No, when I went to Washington, Trey Johnson had 77, so I took 76.
Right.
When I came to Detroit, somebody already, Pastor Charles had 77, and Jeff Backus had 76, so I took 68. They all had meaning to me.
Right.
None of them had meaning enough for me to pull a $5 bill out of my pocket, let alone $500,000.
You were 68. How much would you have? 169?
Oh, yeah, I originally had wanted that somebody talked me out of it. So I ended up going 68 because it was.
You know, the Gronk of the Detroit Lions.
The Romo part of this is fascinating to me.
I know.
Right. I didn't even enter my mind that.
This is almost like nobody wearing number 9 again here. For the Lions.
What's going to happen?
Yeah,
It
it's
better
going to happen.
happen.
It better happen.
No, I don't. I think they're going to pull the same treatment.
Oh my God.
Well, you think fans will be mad if somebody wears a number 9?
Well, no, some fans will.
What? 248-539-9790. If there's one person listening right now that will be upset if the Detroit Lions hand out number 9 to somebody else ever again, I'd love to hear it.
I would love to hear that too.
Because there are people, like you said, John, who spend money on Stafford jerseys that don't want to see anybody
Right, but
else.
Stafford doesn't play here anymore.
He's certainly not worthy of any legendary treatment, even if it's not obviously retirement's out
A
of the
lot
question.
of respect for him. There's no question. There's a lot of respect for his character.
I agree with you guys. I'm just saying, the relationship that he has with